What is up, everybody? This is the Comic Outlaw. Yeah, check us out on YouTube. Drop a subscribe, a like, whatever's clever. But right now, we're doing Maximum Carnage, Part 3 of 14. Yeah, it's on an Amazing Spider-Man 378. Carnage finally gets his hands on Venom. And it's round 2, the rematch, y'all. Let's see what happens. Now, Brock is basically going from town to town, doing his lethal protector thing, where he just basically goes and kind of helps people by murdering anyone that's committing crime. Or, just like guns, robbery, assault, killing, that kind of thing. He sees a picture of Carnage, and of course, he has to yell out that he has to die. The police officer, of course, yells freeze, but yeah, right. He might as well be throwing candy corn at Venom. I mean, that's the way Venom rolls. Now, he bashes out and he's heading for New York. And he's thinking maybe he could kill two birds with one stone. Maybe he could kill Carnage and take care of his grudge with Spider-Man. Because at this point, they're kind of still enemies. They basically helped each other out because it was necessary to defeat Carnage the last time. And now Cloak is mourning the loss of his beloved Dagger, his partner in crime, who was murdered by Shriek. In an unceremonious way, too. I mean, she just blasted her and poof, she disappeared in a puff of light. Oh, yeah. Well, anyways, Cloak is plotting his revenge. He wants to destroy her, swallow her up into the dark void that is himself, because he could do that. And Spider-Man's kind of troubled by this. Spider-Man's been in a lot of bad situations. I mean, the death of Norman Osborn, for example. He's lost friends. He's lost superhero friends. People he's known over the years, but he's never resorted to killing. And that's kind of like one of Spider-Man's strengths, that he's never went that far. But speaking of killing, here comes Team Carnage. Shriek, the double gainer, and Carnage himself. Now, Shriek and Carnage are kind of having a little fight because she went after Spider-Man without his permission. He wanted to kill him, so they're kind of having a spat. Meanwhile, Mary Jane, looking oh so lovely in that green top, still smoking a cigarette. Yeah. Kind of walks in, sees Peter. Peter drops that little smile on her. She temporarily forgets it. Hopefully she puts down a disgusting cigarette, but it doesn't help. They still argue more and more. And now, as Carnage is having his little fight with Shriek, the demon god, or the clone of Spider-Man, the double gainer, just like out of respect, like a pet, is kind of trying to protect the master, but, it really does no good with Carnage. And they kind of make up, and of course, Cletus Cassidy declares that he is the leader, the one and only leader, and they go by him. And I guess everything's all good over there. Meanwhile, Mary Jane and Peter are having their problems. And yeah, that's all we need to know about that. These guys have certainly made up. That's a lovely picture of all of them kind of cuddling. And they decide to go on a little killing spree. I mean, what else is there to do, right? Go out, get some pizza, maybe murder some citizens, kill a cop. But anyways, Mary Jane and Peter are having their spat, because Peter wants to go out tonight because he knows what they're up to. And there she stands in that beautiful green top. Blue jeans. Mary Jane. Oof. Oh my God. And she had a, Anyways. Two police cars cruising around. Carnage just decides to drop some chaos. Oh wait, it's even better. They're just average citizens. He's just slicing and dicing. Killing. It's what he does. And this is the games they were talking about. They're kind of trying to tally up how many people they can get rid of, how much chaos they can ensue. And, she just blows up the car for good measure. Here comes a cop, gets caught by the razor wire from Spider-Man's double ganger. And I love that spider web, how it's razor wire. I think that's very cool. And, of course, Carnage is happy. It's a job well done. Everyone's kind of gelling as a team. Meanwhile, Spider-Man's cruising around wondering how he's going to deal with this situation. How or who is going to help him. I mean, Cloak is a little off balance, and it's basically just him, but he just spots someone, the Demon Goblin. And just short story on him, he's the Hobgoblin. He ended up selling his soul to a demon. It got merged with a being from Limbo, and they made that creature. Da-da. comics, y'all. But anyways, he starts following him because, he's evil. And this guy has an array of powers. The most interesting thing is this black pumpkin bomb. And what it does is once it wraps around you, it gives you feelings of despair and loathing, fear. It kind of messes with your emotions and your mind. Very fascinating. And of course, he's standing over Spider-Man, giving his little victory speech. Meanwhile, Venom has hit town. And you know what he's looking around for? He's looking around for Carnage and Spider-Man. Now, of course, the Demon Goblin likes to talk. And talk. And the priest kind of gets a "get behind me, Jesus," and the Demon Goblin just kills him. I mean, this creature's from Limbo, but he's also a demon, and it's very fascinating. There's not too much on him. Of course, Spider-Man takes this opportunity when he's about to kill him in order to punch him one. And the priest kind of sort of does his job. These are the yellow pumpkin bombs. These are kind of like the standard Green Goblin bombs. They explode. But all this is supernatural. Keep that in mind. Now, of course, the Demon Goblin gets away. And later that night, Venom begins to search the park and finds Cletus Cassidy, Carnage. And Venom is ready to fight. Ready to rock and roll. Ready to get down. There's just one problem. He's outnumbered, and he gets jumped. And, of course, Peter's kicking it with Mary Jane. They're having their problems. There's a knock on the door. A real odd knock. Who could be there this late? But Mary Jane gets up, of course, to answer it. She gives a gasp. And all of a sudden, her robe is wide open. There's Venom on the floor. Weakened. Beaten. Will he ever be able to get up? What happened to him? Will he get his revenge against Carnage? Will he be able to stop him? But we'll find out the next time, won't we? And I'll catch you on the flip side.